Well, good morning and welcome to the Annecto AGM and Showcase for 2022. I'm Ross Joyce, the Chair and President of Annecto, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here this morning. Emergence is one of the four principles of Annecto's practice framework and our theme for the 2022 Showcase and Annual Report. When we talk about emergence, we look at the flow of new ideas that arises from complex situations, the creativity and innovation that keeps our work focused on impact for older people and for people with disability. When we're open to ideas, feedback and criticism, we open the door for creativity. In collaborating with individuals, communities and partners, we can bring together the brightest sparks of innovation and see the emergence of bright new opportunities. This will be the focus and celebration of the AGM Showcase 2022. Before we begin, a few pieces of housekeeping. Today's event will consist of the annual general meeting, followed by a showcase of highlights from the past 12 months. In the AGM section, members will be asked to vote on motions by turning their camera on and raising their hands. We will then count the votes on screen. If anyone has any questions throughout, we ask that you type them into the Zoom chat and we will follow up before the close of the event. The full event will be recorded. It will be available for viewing on Annecto's YouTube channel, probably in the coming weeks. Might take a little while, guys, but we'll get there. I will now call on Uncle Ray Minniecon, one of our new directors for the Acknowledgement of Country. As we hear Uncle Ray's words, we recognise that no matter where we live, work and play in Australia, we are on Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander lands. We acknowledge the Aboriginal custodians of the lands. We live and work and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. We acknowledge their traditions, cultures and ongoing connections to country of both land and waters. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Uncle Ray Minniecon.
Well, hello everybody. It's so good to see you all, even though it's in cyberspace. And as Ross has mentioned there, we work in so many different on Aboriginal nation groups: the Wurundjeri people, the Bunurong people, the Darug Nation, the Wiradjuri, the Ngunnawal, the Dunghutti, my country, the Kabi people. And so we acknowledge all of those particular countries that we live and work upon. And if you, Annecto always wants to recognise all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, nations and peoples, wherever they may come from, who have made their home in one of the more of these homelands of Australia's first peoples, upon which Annecto provides its aged and disability services. We also want to acknowledge the resilience of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples who have been forcibly removed from their lands, such as the Stolen Generations, and many others who are also forced to relocate from their country to missions, reserves, or other communities without having a choice in doing so. And acknowledging all of these nations where we live in, let us affirm our connection to the lands we now live and work upon. Let us acknowledge our elders who worked on these lands for our benefit. And let us pledge that we too will steward the land according to the wisdom, knowledge and expertise that we now possess, so that we can pass on to our children's children the best that our land can provide for them and their children's children. And let us also then undertake together to care for Mother Earth, so that our future generations are not robbed or deprived of their rightful inheritance. That is our responsibility to pass on to them, so that they too can enjoy the same entitlements and benefits that we have enjoyed. And after just returning from COP27, where we discussed many of these challenges and issues that our human family faces, really urge us to be a little bit more alert and educated and understanding the incredible challenges that our human family faces when it comes to this climate crisis. So welcome everybody, and thank you, Ross.
Thanks, Uncle Ray, for those words. And, you know, I think it's a particular poignant moment in history for Australia. We have the opportunity to do some truth-telling. We have the opportunity to reflect on what's happened from the past and what's currently happening to our First Peoples. And I think it's an important one for First Peoples to have a voice to Parliament, in my opinion. I'm certainly looking forward to progressing that along and doing what I can to assist in coming about with a treaty. I now will start off with looking at apologies for who's here. So present, you can see all those that are logged in. And we have apologies from Lee Ogden and Brian Leckie. And I'll give a bit of a shout out to Brian. I know he's not on, but I've known Brian for quite a long time. And Di Ehrlichman as well. And just back on the history, I noticed, and it's my fault, so my bad, I've actually been on the board since 2004, not 2014 as in the annual report. So I do know Brian quite well and have enjoyed many, many conversations with Brian, and do look forward to catching up with him in person shortly. It's been a really strong year for Annecto, with 5 new board members commencing last financial year. Much of the first part of the year was spent inducting new directors and building our new board team. We changed the way in which we conduct our meetings, continually improving on the balance of reporting and debate. We introduced a space at meetings to discuss the big questions, which helps to contextualise our strategy and support the board's understanding of the future focus. Those questions included whether the current model of the incorporated association, which we are, was the right one for a growing national entity, and what Annecto should be striving to achieve beyond the important delivery of disability and aged care support services. Our place in the communities we serve is an ongoing discussion, including how we can contribute to their social and economic development. With the Business Committee, over the last 12 months, they have tackled the development of key performance targets with a focus on the balanced scorecard. That is, ensuring the financial health of the organisation balances with the indicators of health and well-being of the people we support, and importantly, our staff as well. We improved improving and integrating of risk management across Annecto, and our process is one of continual improvement. While both budget outcomes and our growth strategy were impacted by the ongoing nature of the COVID pandemic, particularly with the reduction of face-to-face services and supports, we were still able to achieve considerable success across all strategic measures. We worked to secure a plan for the future for all of our facilities, and in particular, the Yarraville precinct, including the original David House. This has been an ongoing conversation to ensure we celebrate the rich history of the organisation alongside the needs of our current and potential extended community. We are proud to dedicate the care and investment that is worthy of a place supporting those in community living with disability. The Culture Committee. The Culture Committee focused on raising the voices of both the people we support and of our staff, in creating a positive culture that encourages inclusive practice. We first sought to define what cultural behaviours and attitudes we want to see at Annecto. The committee monitored the ongoing response and priorities identified through our staff engagement survey and the review of our feedback and engagement strategy for our customers and our care recipients. In addition, the Culture Committee reviewed our systems for client management improvement, particularly ensuring that Annecto makes it easy for people to give timely feedback. We have our governance committee now. With the addition of fresh eyes from our new directors, we established a governance committee to look at continuous improvement of our own processes and ensure we discharge our duties as directors of Annecto in the most responsible manner and in accordance with best practice. I would like to sincerely thank our directors for their support and ongoing contribution. As our new team continues to form and develop, each of you have been a real asset to our governance and strategic role. So thank you. I particularly want to congratulate our CEO, Cheryl De Silva, the executive leadership team, our management team, and most importantly of all, our dedicated Annecto staff, including our incredible support workers. And thanks so much for another very successful year. I now propose a motion, and I'll just give you a reminder that members are to turn cameras on to vote. And the motion is that the minutes of the annual general meeting of Annecto Inc. held on Thursday, the 18th of November 21 via Zoom conference be accepted, and those minutes were circulated separately. Could I have a mover, please? Can't see. Hands up from someone. Moving. Michael Johns, thank you so much. Move Michael Johns, a seconder for the motion, please. Jennifer Burrows, thank you. We have a mover and a seconder. I'll put the motion. Those for the motion, show your hands, please. Those against the motion is carried. Thank you so much. I now call on Cheryl Dewar as CEO and Public Officer to deal with item number 6 on the agenda. Cheryl, over to you.
General business item 6 deals with nominations for the positions on the Annecto board. The following Annecto members will be stepping down for reappointment. Ross Joyce, our Chairman and President, and Jennifer Burrows, who is the current Chair of the Culture Committee. In accordance with the Constitution, as the number of nominations does not exceed the number of vacancies, I now declare the above members elected to the board.
Thanks so much, Cheryl. And look, I'm thrilled to be back on board. And also congratulations to my fellow director, Jennifer Burrows. It's great to continue working with Jennifer and with all of the board. I'd also like to acknowledge the resignation of our board director, Seymour, and thank them for their contribution during their time on the Annecto board. Thank you. I'll now call upon our Treasurer, Michael Mazzari, to outline the financial statements for 2021-2022. Michael, over to you.
Thank you, Ross. The 2021-22 financial year was another challenging one for Annecto. A fresh wave of COVID arrived, coinciding with the beginning of the new financial year. The state of Victoria was in lockdown for a total of 12 days in July 2021 and 77 days between August and October 2021. New South Wales spent a total of 107 days in lockdown during the same period. Unlike the previous financial year, the government scaled back and wound up the JobKeeper support program, and Annecto, like many other businesses, had to navigate through the pandemic on the back of the resilience of its staff and the confidence and trust from its customers. Despite the challenges, Annecto recorded total income of $65.1 million, an increase of 10% over the prior year. The result was underpinned by the growth in NDIS revenue of 21%, mainly from the Western Grampians region under the EI Complex and General programs and higher supported independent living revenue under the Housing and Support Program. Home care package income increased by 16% over the prior year. Net home care packages numbers grew by 12%, or 126 packages. After a slow start due to COVID, the Commonwealth Home Support Program grew by 40% from the prior year, with a utilisation rate of 80%. The drop in other revenue from last year was due to Annecto having received JobKeeper support payments in the 2021 financial year. Annecto was not eligible for payments this financial year. Expenses increased by 13% to service the revenue growth. In June 2022, a revaluation of Annecto's land and buildings was conducted by Colliers International, resulting in an increase in the book value of the assets by 1.9 million. For the year ending 30 June 2022, Annecto recorded total comprehensive income of 1.8 million, an increase of 44% from last year. I'd now like to move a motion as follows, that in accordance with Section 97 of the Associations in Corporation Reforms Act 2012 and Clause 30B(2) of the Constitution of the Association, the financial statements for 2021-22 financial year be hereby accepted.
Thank you, Michael. Michael's moved a motion there. And just remind everyone, if you can pop back on with your camera now. We need to take a vote on that. And I'll put that motion, moved by Michael. Oh, sorry, I can't do that. Seconder for that motion. Sorry about that. Can we have a seconder for that motion? Jennifer Burrows?
No, Estella's put her hand up. Ross?
Oh, Estelle has her hand up. Yep, thank you so much. Okay, we have a mover and a seconder for the motion. Now I'll call for a show of hands. Those in favour? Those against? And that's carried. Thank you. There's a bit of a delay on the screen, but the motion carried. So much. And Cheryl, over to you.
Thank you, Ross, and good morning, everyone. And thank you very much for joining the Annecto AGM and Showcase. This year's theme of Emergence really sums up the year for Annecto. We've seen the continued development of our organisation as we shift and refine the way we do things. We are showing signs of an organisation that is maturing as a provider of disability and aged care services, excuse me, and at the same time, we're continuing to invest in meaningful work that builds communities, which really goes to the heart of who we are. This year, we made a significant change to the way we organise our operational teams with the appointment of a Chief Operating Officer. Our regional operations have formed into a coordinated national team that support each other to manage the challenges and apply a consistent approach to service delivery. And it's just great to see how we're coming together as a national organisation. In the last 12 months, we have grown significantly, as you just heard from Michael. Despite the continued impact of the pandemic, we've seen a 20% growth in the number of people we support. But to sustain this growth, we've had to improve our management systems. This year, we completed an operational dashboard that gives us real-time data on things like productivity, service hours, incidents, and other indicators that make sure we balance the health of the organisation with the well-being of our staff and the people we support. So at any given point, our teams can pull together information that helps them to manage day-to-day, but also identify problems and trends early. It's really changed our understanding of our organisation, the business component and the service delivery component. So stay tuned, as you'll see a presentation on this later with Francis. We also had a greater focus on clinical governance. It's been a theme for the last 12 months. The changing nature of our support, the increase in complexity and the volume of service hours has meant we need to focus on clinical indicators. We still have a way to go, but the development of sound monitoring tools and business intelligence is helping us to create a robust system that will alert us to problems early. One of the most exciting developments this year has been our investment in leadership. In the past year, we focused on our steering council, which includes over 30 leaders in the organisation. We completed a series of workshops, sharing insights into our behaviour, our leadership styles, and we built a culture code for how we operate. Being part of such an impactful activity has been transformative for all, and we've had really fabulous feedback. So this year, our focus is on training another 100 people who are our emerging leaders. As in previous years, we continue to adapt to the many changes imposed by various government bodies. And I do think I said this last year, but we try to build in efficiencies where we can. With the ongoing changes to business rules for both aged care and disability, but particularly aged care for the next couple of years, efficient and timely adaptation has been a requirement across the organisation. This adds a significant additional layer to our work, and I need to acknowledge everyone, all our teams, and everyone who is working through the changes. It really adds additional workload, so thank you. Finally, we set ourselves an ambitious target for the year against the strategic plan. And even though we spent a lot of time and resources managing the implications of the pandemic, we have achieved over 75% of our targets. This ability to work on multiple fronts while staying on track within the 5-year plan is a real testament to the strength of our purpose. So in closing, I want to thank everyone at Annecto for stepping up when we needed you during some of the most difficult days and months that any of us have ever experienced. You helped us through vaccine mandates, lockdowns, and significant staff shortages. So I'd really like to personally acknowledge all of our teams for staying focused on keeping people safe and maintaining services in extraordinary circumstances. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Cheryl. Some really good, solid work happening there and continuing the supports for all of our clients and communities. It was great to hear. I'd now like to propose a motion that in accordance with clause 30B(1) of the Constitution of the Association, the annual report of activities of the Association for 2021-2022 financial year be and are hereby accepted. Could I have a seconder for that motion, please? Uncle Ray Minniecon, thank you. As a seconder. Everybody, cameras on. We'll do a vote of show of hands. Those in favour? Those against? That's carried. And I've had a bit of a switch from being on Wi-Fi to being directly plugged in. So now I don't have flags happening on my end anyway, in terms of my presentation here. So that's good. That brings us towards the end of the AGM. We're now going to move to a 15-minute break, and I invite you to be back at your devices a little bit over 15 minutes, but at 10:45 we'll be commencing with the showcase, which I'm really looking forward to. So thanks everybody for your participation in our AGM. I declare the 19th Annual General Meeting closed. And once again, thank you for joining us. And please jump back on because the showcase is going to be really exciting at 10:45. Thanks everyone. See you soon. Bye.
Hello. During the break, we have some creative work to share with you from Dungari country, where Annecto's Kempsey office is located. Jesse and Dave are proud Darug-born and Wiradjuri people. They are emerging comedians who have formed Human Rabbit Entertainment to produce stand-up comedy events. Both Jesse and Dave have a history of work in aged care. Human Rabbit's mission is to bring communities together through laughter. They were introduced to Annecto through connections in the performing arts sector, and they've shared a few of their comedy sketches with us. This will be followed by a look at some of the artwork available at the Coolamon Art Gallery in Kempsey.
Yuridu Marang Mudigalang, Yuandu Jadi Human, Nadu Juramal Dilanya, Radrubu, Darugbu, Darkanjungbu, Yina. G'day friends, my name is Jessie Human. I am a proud Radri, Darug and Darkanjung woman. I currently live up on beautiful Dungari country in Kempsey, New South Wales on the mid-north coast. I am the proud co-owner of the Indigenous owned and founded company Human Rabbit Entertainment, alongside with my husband Dave Human. I developed this company with my husband early last year in hopes to bring quality comedy entertainment to the community, to bring people back together again after COVID, after floods, after fires and everything. Thanks again for having us at your annual general meeting, Annecto. We hope to see you again all soon, and we hope that you have a lovely day. Thank you again. Mandangur, Buddhagabinya. Thank you for listening. Yes. Wow, 150 years old. And it still works. What do you want, loser? Get back to work. I love antiques that work.
My lord,
What?
I've returned
From where?
from the outer reaches, my lord. I've travelled really far away, and I've returned with alien technology.
What did you bring me?
It's called the wheel.
What does it do?
Well, no longer will we have to rely on seemingly zero energy using completely silent anti-gravity devices that we have to strap to absolutely everything. Now we can do this.
I hate it.
Wait, my lord, I haven't shown you the full potential of this device yet.
Show me.
Wait, my lord, there's more.
Show me.
I call it paper. You can draw pictures on it.
riding that thing all day.
You must be exhausted.
You know, sometimes I hate you.
Yeah, it must be tiring.
I want a divorce.
What if I promise to be really good?
You're not getting any tonight.
Love you.
I know. This just doesn't make any sense. Why would you hide a face this pretty?
Hello, and welcome to Annecto's 2022 Showcase event. My name is Nathan Slachter, and I'm very happy to be joining you again this year as your host. As we celebrate the events and achievements of the past year, we will look to one of the key principles of Annecto's practice framework, emergence. After many changes to the way we live in recent years, we are still hopeful. As Annecto continues to learn and grow, we aim to evolve and adapt to change. We constantly check in against the values that guide us. We cherish the emergence of new and innovative solutions rather than clinging to the ways of the past. We don't always have the exact answer for every problem, but we're dedicated to finding the right solution, even if it isn't quite what we had pictured. We walk alongside the people and communities we support so that we can share our skills, knowledge, and ideas. Today, we'll be sharing some stories about how Annecto's staff and the people we support have found creative solutions to challenges, shared innovative ideas, and created new opportunities. We'll take a look at Annecto's 5 strategic goals and see how the work Annecto is doing is aligned with them. To get us started, we're going to have a look at the new Annecto Community Hub retail sites. They have recently opened across our regions and are contributing to the realisation of Annecto's first and second strategic goals. Enjoy.
In 2018, when we were planning moving into a different space, we started looking at where do we want to be, and we were really purposeful in wanting to be in an activity centre. We wanted to be somewhere that people would go to, you know, to do their shopping, to get their eyes tested, pick up their dry cleaning. I might just pop into Annecto and have a chat to them about what's going on in my life.
So that's where the idea kind of, came into being, and we incepted that through a lot of research. We incepted that through a little bit of work around focus groups with our customers that we currently had, and also started looking at what can we offer to the community in way of hubs. Through activities, through easy accessibility, through tech workshops and various other group activities and other events that we've been able to run over the course of the last 12 months. Hubs have actually given us an opportunity to make the general Australian public aware of the Annecto brand.
So for us to just be there, really visible and really accessible for them, I think, it's very different to what else is being done in our sector. So I think for us, it's a really good opportunity to put ourselves at the forefront and kind of create that association for people when they think of aged care or disability or housing, to think of Annecto, to have the two go sort of hand in hand in their minds, that association, because we are right there and we're so visible to them.
We designed this space for that customer journey. After the couch, there's then some desks and some offices that people can go into and have those more formal conversations and potentially sign up as a customer on the day. The space needed to be fluid to be able to be dependent on the needs of the community. What it's also presented for us is a great opportunity to hold events and activities in the space. So we have activities every Thursday where people come in and it might be a morning tea, it might be Jack Attack Bowls, it might be musical bingo, Tai Chi, chair Tai Chi, those kinds of things. And people are actually doing it in a space where it's in the community, it's not hidden. People can look in and see, you know, what's going on in there. That looks like a bit of fun. I might pop in and ask about that.
I think having a community hub at the Mildura location has greatly put us in a huge position to connect further with the community. We have a whole range of inquiries come in from day to day, and it just furthers our connection with community members. It gains a sense of trust for people to come in, ask us about not only our services but community engagement as well, which Annecto is all about.
Here for us in Mildura, we've increased our service hours by at least 25% in the last year. And that's just been organic from people walking in, hearing about us, engaging with other providers that we work with.
How do we grow? We grow through word of mouth, and that has always been a very powerful tool. But now we actually grow through word of mouth and being accessible to communities, small, big, large, wherever we are. And the further we expand on this model, which is currently on obviously the agenda and what we are looking at doing, it's a work in progress. What it does is it actually creates a very consistent approach for the wider organization, and also a really approachable organization that is there to support the individuals and the communities in wanting to achieve whatever they have set themselves to achieve as well.
Thank you to everyone who participated in the video. It's exciting to see Annecto's presence in so many new locations. Now, moving on to strategic goal 3, community development. The work we conduct alongside the Macedonian community is part of Annecto's strategy to grow the market share in the New South Wales region. The Macedonian community gathers together in different spaces to celebrate their culture and stay connected. Annecto's community linkers attend these meetings to represent Annecto and answer the community's questions about aged care support in their language.
Is Janet. I was born in Bitola, Macedonia. I have come to Australia when I was only 8 years old. I worked with Annecto for the last 2 years, and I've been very closely linked with the Macedonian community. I attend a lot of pensioner groups, and that includes where we are at the moment in Liverpool.
If we go the formal way, like advertising and promoting ourselves, of course it will bring outcome, but getting into the community, introduce Annecto, I think that is the best way, and long-term relationship, what we are making with them. I think this is the best way to introducing Annecto. And now you can see it, how welcoming Annecto to the group now.
To be able to communicate in their language and explain to them the support that they are entitled to really gives them relief, because they do hear different things from their friends, and so they're not clear, so they do need clarity, and being able to speak their language and giving that clarity really takes a ton off their shoulder.
Я съм много весел, що можем да разберем и да на време врача и
I'm very happy with the language because we can both communicate together, and I'm very happy because they're always on time and they do their task.
Jaz imam Z tukaj, mu ber dosaden stalno njemu. Ko počnem so vas, jaz sem mnogo dober in sem osloboden, ga oslobodim mojo Z, da ne i to ima rabota. Jaz sem mnogo happy.
Yeah, Pande just explained that he has a son-in-law who was very supportive, but he felt that he was a bother to him to always asking for support. But since coming with Annecto, he feels that he's able to do his, all his needs are taken care of, and he doesn't have to be a burden to his son-in-law. So that to him is very important.
Because it gives him independence. Yeah. I love the fact that I put a smile on their face. I make them happy. I blow them kisses. They really have bonded with us, and that really makes me happy that they know they can turn to us for small or big, doesn't matter what it is. My parents never got this support because no one told us about it, so I was very passionate to help the community.
Do you feel like Annecto helps your community as well?
Kako se osjećaš, Annecto, da li mu pomožva na vašите prijatelji, na vašето društvo, što ti se mešaš vaka?
Tako makedonski narod.
Točno tako.
Misliš ima pomognato?
Imam dosta pomoći, sam благодарен.
Ама мислиш имаме и помогнато на други луѓе, мислам со нашите луѓе.
Во друштвото ти што се мешаш.
Колку што гледам јас, вие сте увек со нас. И сум задоволен.
He feels that he feels the support from Annecto because he's noticed that he sees us around the community, especially with the pensioners groups, and that makes him feel happy and content.
To illustrate Goal 3 further, let's take a look at an event that took place in the Annecto Kempsey office for Close the Gap Day this year. The office invited their customers to join them for a fun-filled karaoke event called Deadly Tunes. People from other Annecto offices also joined over Zoom. Quite a few local singing sensations were discovered and a good time was had by all.
Yama Yarali Ogamilaroi Naya Ina. Hello, I'm a Yarali Ogamilaroi woman from northwest New South Wales into southwest Queensland. But I live on Durry country in Sydney, and I'm based at the Mount Druitt office in Sydney. My name is Paulette Witten, and I'm the Aboriginal Liaison Officer for the whole of Annecto. Deadly Tunes was an idea of what's called the First Peoples Engagement Committee. It's a committee that I've set up and I lead with other members of Annecto staff right across the Annecto footprint. The First Peoples Engagement Committee is about increasing the knowledge that Annecto staff have of Aboriginal history and culture, but it's also a way of trying to increase and improve the confidence that our staff have in engaging and working with Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities in a culturally safe way. It's all about health, about the outcomes for Aboriginal people and, you know, trying to get them to live longer and that sort of thing, and relates to health matters is what Close the Gap is all about. So we thought, well, what can we do for the people that we support here at Annecto that would be a good way of marking Close the Gap Day. And then after much discussion, we thought, well, hey, music brings a lot of joy to Aboriginal people. How about we get together with some of our Aboriginal people that we support and do a bit of karaoke, and we do know that the Kempsey team in the Mid-North Coast just absolutely love their karaoke. So why don't we just extend it to all of the Aboriginal people that we support? So that's what we set about doing, and so Kempsey took the lead, and great bunch of people, staff and aunties and uncles that supported there. And then we got invited some of the other Aboriginal people that we support around the country as well. And so we were going between, Kempsey office, and they'd do a song, and then somebody else would do a song in the online, and it was a really great time to engage. There was lots of laughter, lots of music, the staff got involved.
So for Deadly Dunes, we did all the background preparation. So that involved getting the song list, getting the numbers, the food, and decorations for the space. We had balloons and streamers, we had tablecloths all done up. Yeah, it was a great time. We kind of took over the event, to be honest. The aunts were just having a great time.
And I'm craving for loving you.
I love singing and they're good. There's a lot of lost talent here in Kempsey. Yeah, you wouldn't believe. We should have started X Factor because they're really good. They put us lots to shame.
Yeah, you got to stand up for this one because we're going to do the hula hallelujah. Do the hula hallelujah.
My favourite moment definitely would be Auntie Marge. She has onset dementia, and just watching her perform one of the songs without looking at the screen, it was really a heartfelt moment. You could see that she was in her element. She was just performing for everyone, and it was just really something special to watch.
I think that left a lot of laughter, a lot of fun, and also I'm reminded that there was a request to have a few more of those type of events as well. So maybe we can try and do another one online, or perhaps, we might be able to hold a karaoke Elders Olympics type of event. You never know what's possible. It's just to think try to think out of the box and try to bring people together and connection. And I think that was really great, because that was the first opportunity that we've had to actually connect our Kempsey aunties and uncles that we support to others in other areas. And that was great to create those links as well.
Did you sing a song at the karaoke?
No, I did not. Not until after everyone left.
That looked like a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what the team will prepare for next year's events. Now, moving on to goal 4. We asked a few long-time staff members about their history at Annecto, why they've chosen to stay at the organisation, and about the way they've been supported as they've progressed in their careers.
I had my 23rd work anniversary on September the 5th this year. So I worked with Annecto, back then it was called Western Support Services, and as an employment consultant at Job Connections in Werribee.
This time around I've been working at Annecto for a year, but before that I worked at Merrimew for 6 years, between 2011 and 2017. and I had a whole variety of different jobs there. I got grabbed out of university to do policy writing for Merrimew, and then kind of moved up and was managing social media as well as working on a whole bunch of different projects for them. And then from there graduated and went to a bunch of different jobs in Vision Australia, Berry Street, other places in the non-for-profit world. And then in 2021, I got approached by Francis, who is now one of the executive managers at Annecto and was the CEO of Merrimew, to come back and work as a project lead.
So I started in April 2018, so almost 5 years. And I started as an admin assistant for 2 of the executives, and it kind of evolved into an admin assistant for the performance development and change team. And almost 12 months ago, I seconded into the engagement and feedback role. I was encouraged to apply, but I didn't feel ready. So they gave me a secondment for 12 months to just sort of see how things go. And it's been almost 12 months and I think it's gone quite well.
So my name's Michael. I've been working at Annecto for 9.5 years now. I suppose I started part-time with Annecto and then part-time at Kinchilla Boys Home Aboriginal Corporation, and that role was kind of part case management, part trying to work out how to start the business in Sydney. And then that grew into eventually a full-time role when we grew into the larger business outside of Victoria. And then the management of that then grew with eventually more in an organisational role representing New South Wales, Queensland, ACT and the executive team. So that was probably a big jump for me, and then growing into, I suppose, more of an executive role.
I've been here 21 years and I started off as a locum case manager in aged care for a maternity leave position. And then I left after about 7 years and went to a local government agency, and that didn't work out, and Annecto created a role for me to come back to, which I'll forever appreciate because it was somewhere I was comfortable and felt familiar and aligned with their values, which I didn't feel at the other agency I went to.
Coming back to work at Annecto has been a chance to kind of spread my wings and take on more responsibility and do a bunch of really amazing projects across the organisation. And also coming back and working for Francis again has been amazing because I live with a disability, and living with a disability and finding a workplace that actively supports that properly is incredibly rare, even among the disability sector. And so that has been really special to find somewhere that is so supportive and gives me so many opportunities to do interesting work.
I was given a lot of support from the team. So there's the quality team who've done a lot of the work that I do previously. So they've been a huge support. And I had a mentorship with an external consultant who's come in and has taught me through some things, and he's been a huge help as well. So yeah, I've been supported in lots of different ways, and I haven't really felt on my own in this role. Like, yeah, it's been good.
I think an important thing for me has been role variation, so being able to try different things within the security of knowing everyone and knowing the agency, but being able to take the opportunity to try new things. As well as flexibility has been really important for me. I'm a single mum, so knowing that I am able to work different hours or different days if I need to and make up that time, and that trust you build over the years with people you work with so they know that you will do that, and that flexibility has been really important for me over the years. Knowing that you've got someone you can trust that will back you if you do make a mistake or will help guide you to learn how to do something has been really important, because that makes you happy to take those chances and find out you can do extra things.
The sense that we bring something that other places haven't been able to deliver. You know, we're the first federal aged care packages in Western Sydney for Aboriginal stolen generation particularly. So that sense where we have been doing things that have cut through, you know, cultural barriers, poverty barriers, And along that, I've always been learning. Like I've got an executive master's in business now, which I didn't have when I started. So I've constantly learning both professionally and academically as well. Initially, I think it was working out what do I need to grow into the leader that the organisation needs, and that support to get my executive MBA was significant for me to even want to try. So, obviously the time, there was an allocation of resource which helped me get started. So to me it was the ownership of the organisation and my leadership development.
If it is aligned with the purpose and principles of the organisation, and that our customers are at the heart of everything you do and the best outcomes for them, then it's supported. That work is supported, and if it's also creating something that's different that will get better outcomes for people, then it's more often than not encouraged to actually think differently. Like push the boundaries on systems that aren't working. Push the boundaries on bureaucracy that isn't working. And I think I know that's why I said, and I've always been given the opportunity to question and think differently and try something.
Thank you to the staff members who kindly agreed to be interviewed. Our final video about Goal 5 gives an update on Annecto's KPI dashboard project.
Annecto was getting a new client management system in Allied Care, and in line with that we wanted to have real-time data that we could gather and analyse from all of our different systems to give us indicators across our business. We started with operations, employed an external consultant, Corey Jackson, to work with us, and we've developed within Power BI an operational KPI dashboard.
I'm working as a business analyst on this project, which is very exciting from the perspective that I'm involved in every aspect of this project. Like you can take anything. So working for all the data repositories, working with all the vendors for their data to be captured and how that can be structured in Annecto, and also working back with my Annecto teams, including IT, non-IT businesses. This is giving me an opportunity where I can make a difference with this particular right insights for my operational colleagues so that they can make better decisions. In this particular environment, the decisions have to be made without any factors analysis. That becomes a challenge for operational managers, and that is how this project has come together to deliver on those things for our operational leaders.
So it's providing measurable data so that we can look at better ways to provide supports to the people we provide services to, through tailoring internal versus external staff, through looking at participants' health and hospitalisation. So it's all around measurable data to look at the best way to provide services. As much as it helps Annecto be financially viable, the important part of that comes down to that helps us support people better. It's a key part of Goal 5, where we talk about having intelligent business systems. The operational KPI dashboard is the first step in that. So we will have dashboards across all of our departments: HR, finance, quality, marketing, strategy. They'll all have different dashboards giving them different figures and insights into the business.
The reporting and decision making with our business is more reactive rather than proactive, and there are no technological tools available at the stage which can help our operational leaders to make decision based on any fact-based analysis or anything which is available at their fingertip. So this was the major concern which we thought that this should be this can be resolved by using of the latest technology which Annecto is on the journey of at the stage.
We're about to finish phase 1, which has been to design and provide all the dashboards and release them to the regions and help them understand how to use them and interpret them. And we're moving into phase 2, which will be to pull in finance and help them use the dashboards and align it with their reporting and their cost centres and their end of month processes, as well as bringing in additional systems and people that weren't able to be included in phase 1, so that their needs will be considered in phase 2.
The end goal sits within our strategic plan, and that is to have real-time intelligence that's giving us predictive capability about the business. So it's not just looking at what's happened, it's actually being able to predict what will happen in the future. So that responsive intelligence to what's actually occurring across the business.
I can see things have already happened. I can see people are already using it to look at start and finish times. They're comparing hospitalisation rates compared to visit cancellations, and I can see them they're getting excited about the data, which excites me because it's nice to see it being used when so much work's gone into it.
What excites me about the project is when somebody who hasn't been particularly on board, who doesn't really see the need and doesn't trust the data, actually then start to understand their power and their control that they have. That if the data is saying something that they think is incorrect, then let's have a conversation, let's track back and see what's actually happening. Is somebody entering the wrong data, or are we pulling the wrong field? But by having that conversation, working with them, you then can get the information and they come on board, and they, months later, will tell you it's fantastic and it's really changed the way that they can work. That's what excites me.
Sounds like there are some exciting projects in the works. And with that, that concludes our video showcase. Now I would like to welcome our board member, Jennifer Burrows, to present the Cahill Award.
Hello everyone, apologies for that delay. My computer was not playing. Thank you very much, Nathan, for your introduction. This year's award presentation will be somewhat different to the way it has been run in recent years. Annecto People, Culture and Quality has been in the process of revising the way we recognise the exemplary contributions of our staff. Next year, 2 new awards will be introduced. The first is the Annecto GEM Award, which will recognise staff members who go beyond the call of duty to deliver positive experiences to our customers and the organisation. Fundamentally, it recognises the theme of Emergence, along with the active engagement within Annecto. All office-based staff outside the Steering Council across all departments will be eligible to be nominated for this award. The second award will be introduced next year is the Customer Champion Award, recognising support workers who add smiles to our customers' lives and who took the time to understand their needs and supported them with positive experiences. Ideally, the nomination for this award should come from the customers directly. We look forward to the implementation of these 2 new awards next year. In the meantime, this year, we will be presenting the irreplaceable Cahill Award. The Cahill Award honours individuals who are dedicated to improving the lives of older people with a disability, associated with David House in Yarraville, Victoria. Nominees are Annecto's employees who have shown a desire to further develop their skills, knowledge and services with a focus on ageing and dementia in people with an intellectual disability. Sponsored by the Cahill family, this award is in memory of Ron and Nellie Cahill, long-standing committee members of David House and founding members of Annecto. I am very pleased to announce this year's winner is Jay Naka. Congratulations, Jay. I have the following statement to read on behalf of the Cahill family. 3 such wonderful nominees, all epitomising the meaning behind this award. For this year, our warmest congratulations go to Jay. This year marks 12 years since the inception of the Ron Cahill Award, now known as the Ron and Nellie Cahill Award. Our brother Glenn Cahill has Down syndrome and attended David Annecto House for 57 years. At 63 years of age, he is now in full-time care and in an advanced stage of dementia. Although he can no longer attend the day program at David House, he is still supported in a great capacity by Annecto. We could not be more grateful for the support Annecto provides to Glenn and to us through the management and daily allocation of his support workers within the framework of his NDIS package. We are thrilled to see that Jay has been nominated for this award. We have been fortunate enough to have Jay supporting Glenn and us via her role as his workforce coordinator. It is difficult to express the difference Jay has made to Glenn and our lives. She is so efficient, there is never a doubt or a cause for concern. She not only has Glenn's best interest at heart, but also considers the family. She communicates any changes, last minute or otherwise, as well as informing Glenn's residential care facility. No one is ever caught off guard. She is kind, caring, and we are grateful every day for her support and skill. Our parents would be very proud of each of the nominees, as we are too. Thank you from the Cahill family on behalf of Glenn. And I'd like to add my warm congratulations to Jay. And I'll now hand over to Cheryl.
Thank you, Jennifer, and big congratulations, Jay. It's a fabulous award as well. Thank you to the Cahill family. But before we close today, we'd like to take this opportunity to cross over to some of our regional offices to say hello. This year, we wanted to highlight our teams located on various Aboriginal traditional lands around the country and to recognise our staff for the work that they do. So I'm going to call out the officers, and each can say a few words if they want to, or little words if they want to. I'm going to start with a shout out to Kempsey.
Hi everyone, my name is Mary Grace. We're here on Kempsey Dungari land. Happy to see and meet you all.
You're going on live. I'm Jack. I'm Wendy. Shout out to everyone.
Thank you all. Lovely to see you there. Okay, we're now going to Coburg. Welcome, Coburg team. It's actually the Northern Metro region, but welcome. I think they're all located in Coburg at the time. Is it just that you're shy? What's that?
Can you hear us now?
Now we can. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Good morning again. I'm Tessa, and we're here in Wurundjeri country. And please say hello to the fabulous team of the Northern Metropolitan Region. Hello. Hi.
Thank you so much. I've just been informed that the Mawson team is not available online, but we'd like to say hello to the team that are probably sitting there watching silently, and thank you for everything you do. We're now moving to the Mildura team. Welcome.
Hi, I'm Tori, and we're coming to you from the Latchi Latchi and Barkindji country here at the Mildura office. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks for everything you do as well. Now moving over to the Dubbo team.
All right.
Hi guys. I'm Kristen. This is Kurt, Sharon, and Katie's just coming. She just answered the phone. We're on Wiradjuri country here in Dubbo. So hello.
Hi, and thank you. Great to see you all. Thanks for everything you do. We're moving on now to the those congregated at the Yarraville site.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Can you see us?
Yes, we can see you.
No? Oh.
Hi, we're the Western and Grampians region team, and we're coming from the Wadawurrung country, and we'd just like to say hello.
Thank you all.
Hello.
Great to see you. Thank you, guys. And we're now moving to Burwood.
Oh, hi, my name is Jane, and we're from the SEMR team, and we're on Wurundjeri country land in the Burwood office. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Thanks for everything you do.
Hey, where did our video go? Don't know.
Okay, we're now moving to the Sunshine Coast. Oh, sorry, no, I've jumped. We're going to Bacchus Marsh first.
Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah. Hello, how are you all?
Thank you.
Hello.
Welcome, and thanks for everything you do.
Thank you.
And we're now moving to the Sunshine Coast team.
Hello, everyone. Kim, Meron, Marissa, Amy, Sandra, and Simone working from home. We're in the new office at the moment at Sunshine Coast at Virginia, and we're on working from Gubby Land.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Hope to see you soon. We're now moving to the Footscray office. There'll be a big crowd there, I think.
Can you see?
Oh, we can see you. At least I can.
We are Footscray office, and we're on Wurundjeri country. And yes, thank you for having us.
Thanks, guys. Great to see you. And hello to our Mount Druitt office on Darug country, not able to join us at the moment via video conferencing, but have moved into a new office recently, and things are still, it's a work in progress, but welcome, and I know you'll be watching, so thank you again for everything you do. It's wonderful to see you all, and thank you for joining us this morning, and thank you for everything that you continue to do for Annecto. It's been a difficult but very successful year, and again, thank you to all of you. I'll now call on Ross to close the AGM and showcase. Thank you, Ross.
Thanks, Cheryl. It was been a great showcase, and look, it's great to see all the staff right across the country that we have, and to also see the enthusiasm and the passion there from the different offices. It was fantastic. It's been an interesting showcase from my point of view. It's been good to have a look at quite a few things there over this little period. I particularly like the visits at the retail spaces that we've now got going, quite a few. And some of those I haven't even been able to see, and as we know, due to COVID and not being able to do much travel in the past couple of years, but I intend to certainly get around and have a look at a few of them. I think the showcase gives us an opportunity to just present a smidge, if you like, of all of the work that we do. And I'd just like to congratulate everybody again on the wonderful work that you do, the support that you provide, the building of communities, the empowering of people with disability and those that are ageing as well. So it's been a great showcase, and I'll now pass back to Nathan to wrap it up. Thank you.
And that brings us to the end of our 2022 showcase. We really hope you've enjoyed this look at the ways Annecto has been growing, embracing change, supporting and celebrating its community, customers and workforce. Thank you for joining us this year. See you next year, and bye for now.